Well, with us today is Dr. Wendy Suzuki. She'll be in Singapore for the very first time for the 16th
Mm.
World Aging Festival, speaking at the Aging Asia Innovation Forum. Welcome, Dr. Suzuki.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited for this visit.
Well, we're so excited to have you. Could you share with us, what do you see as some of the future trends in cognitive longevity, dementia prevention, and brain optimization?
Yeah, that's such a great question. I mean, I think the future is individualization of what are those prescriptions of all the things that we know are so good for your brain. How much do I need to optimize my own brain? These are such important questions, questions that I've thought about deeply and researched in my research lab at New York University. Look, how much exercise is optimal for my brain? How much sleep makes me perform better? What nutritional needs are best for my body and my brain? How much social interaction? Let's add something really fun in there. How much social interaction really puts me at my peak? And how much de-stressing, perhaps it's meditation, perhaps it's other ways that you distress. What is that optimization for me, perhaps when I'm in my 50s? Does it change when I'm in my 60s, 70s, 80s, and hopefully beyond? Those are the interesting questions. How can we pull that out for individuals and then get them that prescription that lets them see those benefits on their own brain function and enjoy their life more?
I think that's amazing. And we always count how many steps we take. I think next time I have to track how much social interaction I'm having, how many social dinners I'm going out to.
That's right.
Amazing. Yeah. We talk about this year's theme, which is Age of Longevity, living healthier, living longer. You
Mm.
mentioned a lot about cognitive longevity. Let's expand on that. What does that mean?
Yeah, cognitive longevity is just the number of years that you live with high, beautiful cognitive function. And that is different for everybody. And it's very variable and it depends on so many different things, including, of course, your genes, your history, your personal history with all these things that I just talked about, but exercise, stress, mediation, nutrition, social interaction, and sleep. But what you want is a really long, a high level of cognitive performance. And that's what we're going for. That's what everybody's going for, even if they don't say it in exactly that way.
So we could be like athletes, that obsession to want to perform, and this obsession is now going to be about getting our brains healthier longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And, professional athletes have an advantage because they're doing what I like to call one of the most transformative things that you can do for your brain right now, which is regularly moving their body. That is great. If you're going to do one thing, I like to encourage people to do that. But there are many other things that go hand in hand that, in fact, many athletes are already doing. There are articles in the New York Times in the United States about how all the football and baseball and basketball teams hire sleep coaches for their star athletes so they get the maximum number of sleep for those playoff days. People are starting to recognize that that is so important, and we should too, as we look to our senior homes or our own just sleep patterns, to ask ourselves, am I watching too much TV or am I getting the right amount of sleep for my brain?
Well, I've noticed this phenomenon after COVID that many people are now staring at their phones a lot more than before.
Mm.
How does that screen light affect us? And if we are scrolling before we go to bed, does that have impact on our sleep?
Absolutely. So we know that screens, any screen, small screen, iPads, TV, emit a particular frequency of light that is activating for the brain, blue light. And now you can buy the glasses that you can put on. But the best thing is don't use the blue light. Don't look at your screen to get the best night sleep. And the sleep damage is one thing, but the other thing that we were talking about before is that social interaction. I'm sorry, but the texting that you're doing, the Facebook friends or the Instagram friends that you might have, or sorry, whatever platform you're on, they don't count. It's really to get the best benefit out of social interactions. I'm talking about real face-to-face interactions, and that screen time is taking us away and our children away from that critical element of that improves our brain health.
Hmm. Well, just expanding on the topic of longevity, I have to ask you, what do you think about the 100-year life, and how can we build the best brain possible for that 100-year life?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I'm going for the 100-year life. And to build that, I go to my doctor regularly. I make sure that, I'm doing all of my checks for all those things that come up. Mammograms, colonoscopies, all these things that we know that we should do, skin cancer checks, all make sure you do that. But in addition to that, I talk about this and I really try and walk the walk as well. Regular exercise, regular meditation. Those are the two things I do first thing that I wake up. Good nutrition, lots of veggies, lots of fruits, very colorful food that I give myself. Lots and lots of social interaction. That's my favorite. And sleep and making sure that I'm not doing that blue light. And I also have really tried to focus on not only what my smartwatch might tell me, but how am I feeling? That check-in, that's part of my meditative process. So valuable. And that is a skill that will last a lifetime if you really tap into that and can steer yourself away from too stressful, too sleep-deprived situations yourself with your own motivation.
Well, fantastic. Well, one last question. What can we expect to walk away with after hearing your session in Singapore coming up at the World Aging Festival this year on the 8th and 9th of April?
So here's what I hope that people walk away with. The science behind um, the top three things that everybody and every country can do for the brain health of their population. You're going to understand the neuroscience of it. You're going to know how to implement it. And you're going to have, because you might be a policymaker, those tools to go out and try and give that to your population.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to welcoming you to sunny Singapore, hopefully. And, it's going to be a fantastic week at the World Aging Festival. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much.